Hey guys, so a few days ago I finally went and saw Murder on the Orient Express. It's been a few days since I've seen this. I've been extremely busy. I'm going to be busy pretty much for the rest of the week. Uh, like I said, it's one of those things I gotta get better at doing this. And I've been so busy, I'm like, wait a minute, oh shit, I never did my fucking review for Murder on the Orient Express. And I'm like, oh, here we go. So might as well do it now while I have some free time. Um, this is this is a movie that I was had some mild interest in going in. I always have been a fan of like murder mysteries. And a lot of murder mystery novels. I've never read the original source material, the original book, Murder on Orient Express by Agatha Christie, but I've always enjoyed these kinds of stories, and I have read some of Agatha Christie's other stuff, but I just like I said, I've never read this one. I didn't know much about the story, so I like going in. I was like, I don't know how faithful of an adaptation this is or not. So I mean, don't take my word for it if it's I like I said, I don't know how faithful of adaptation this was. I never actually saw the original 1970 version that came out. And I'm also a big fan of Kenneth Branagh as a director. Even as an actor, it's like, oh, he's the lead and the director of this movie. And he's like, I give the guy credit. He's like put his hand in a bunch of different genres of films. He's tried action. He's for a long time he was like always known as the guy who did a lot of Shakespeare movies, like Hamlet and stuff like that. And then he like late 2000s he decided to start doing action movies like Jack. What was that fucking Jack Ryan? That fucking forgot about it. Did he do something else? I don't know. Anyways, but it's like I'm thinking something else he did, but I can't fucking remember him now. But anyways, I've always enjoyed him as a director. Is that he's I give him credit for doing something different every time, and and it had a big giant fucking cast, a really good cast. I was like, all right, this should be fun, and yeah, it was all right. It was one of those. It stands at like a 58% on Rotten Tomatoes. This felt like it. Like it's a movie that is perfectly in the middle. like just okay, but nothing more than okay. Like I say, it was not a bad film whatsoever. The one thing that I really enjoyed. Well, I enjoyed pretty much all the cast in this whole movie. I thought the whole cast in this whole movie was really good. And I thought everybody pulled off some pretty damn good performances. But the main person in this movie that kept me interested was Kenneth Branagh. I'm sorry, I'm saying his name wrong. He's awesome in this movie. I loved him in this movie. And he, like, his over the top goofy performance kind of fit. Usually the themes that you see in a lot, like the kind of characters he was believable as a character that would come out of an Agatha Christie novel or a murder mystery novel. Like he was a little goofy and kind of eccentric, and it was kind of funny seeing the ways he would come up with solving crimes, especially that one at the beginning. When he was in Israel, he was in Israel, and he was trying to find out where the golden gem was, or the gem that was missing from like a statue was, and like the way he finds it and what ends up happening is kind of funny. Even though there are a lot of times of his weird accent that he was doing, sometimes it could get a little hard to understand what he was saying. I'll say that. That was a little distracting, but like I said, he was a lot of fun. I love the fact. Okay, I guess one thing talk about his performance. It's also you gotta also talk about his fucking mustache. That mustache is fucking ridiculous. I said that when I saw the previews for this movie. It was like, that is one of the most ridiculous mustaches I've ever seen. I love mustaches, but that just takes the fucking cake. like, like I mean, I don't know. And, like, part of it, I remember in the trailers, like, part of it you could tell is so fucking fake looking, but, you know, like, I gotta give him credit. He pulled it off. I mean, it looked pretty fucking awesome throughout the movie. I love the fact that he had, like, a face mask for his mustache. There's, like, a point where he's sleeping and he has a mask for his mustache. That made me fucking chuckle really hard. Really hard. Watching this movie when there was just a brief sight gag and it was fucking hilarious. Johnny Depp I thought was pretty fun in this movie. He's the gangster on the train who it's like it's one of those roles with him in it. You're reminded, yeah, he's not a bad actor when he is given a chance to actually act. He's not bad in this movie. Like Johnny Depp kills me because he's not a bad actor at all. He's in this movie very shortly. He's the one who dies. Spoiler alert if you don't know. Which explains why he wasn't in much of the trailers. I didn't know who was gonna get killed until I'm like, oh, okay, I guess that makes sense since he's the like perceived bad guy. You can tell he's very shady. And I was like, yeah, like he's like I said, he's like it was kind of fun to see him do like a dark role in this, more than he ever usually does anymore. I like Michelle Pfeiffer too in this. God damn it! Like between this and Mother, it's like, god damn, why is there not enough more Michelle Pfeiffer in movies? Like Michelle Pfeiffer is such an underrated actress, and both this and Mother reminded me of that. Like, god damn, she's a really underrated actress. Because I loved her performance in Mother. She was crazy as shit in that movie. And god, she's still stunning. Like she's gonna be in her 50s or something like that, 50s, 60s, and she's still stunning. I love Michelle Pfeiffer, and she shows off her acting chops, especially towards the end of this movie. I'll give her that. I'm trying to think if there's any other like everybody else is fine and does well enough. Like I said, those are the three that kind of stood out. Like they're not, like everybody else did a fine job. I'll say that. Like you said, when you got people like Judi Dench playing like a snooty British woman was kind of fun. I love Judi Dench. I'll say this: I did not know that this story is as dark as it fucking is. This movie gets really fucking dark. Like I didn't it is a movie about a murder on a train, but when you have a character like Kenneth Branagh's character, like as goofy as he is, and then like you have this dark subject matter that's going on in this film as to why this guy or Johnny Depp got murdered, which involves a kidnapping and murdering of a little girl. It's like, fuck. I was like, damn, movie. That's some dark material for a fucking movie. It's like, what I know it was supposed to be like kind of like a remind you of like famous, who's that famous pilot that his famous actor pilot that got his daughter got or his son got kidnapped and murdered. I forget who the fuck. It's somebody in the comments could tell me. I know there's like it's supposed to be reminiscent of that, but I couldn't remember who the fucking name of that person was. But yeah, I was like, damn, that was a fucking dark ass shit. If there's any problems with this movie, my main problem with this movie is that I would venture to guess there's a lot of the original source material that's been cut out from this movie. I fucking guarantee it, because while like Kenneth Branagh's character is like very memorable and everything else, and like a couple of people like Michelle Pfeiffer and Johnny Depp are memorable, nobody really else is that memorable. They're good in the movie, but they're not like. I guarantee you're not going to remember their names much of their fucking names after the movie ends. No, I really can't even like. I remember Kenneth Branagh's character was Hercule Barreau or whatever. It's a weird name, but like I could tell like probably a lot was cut out because the reason why I say that is not just because like character development. I mean, when you have like a big cast like that, you're not gonna have much as character development because you have 5 million characters to kind of like introduce, and that's fine. But like, it does seem like just very random when he comes to the conclusions that, or Kenneth Branagh comes to the conclusions that he does. Like, especially towards the end, I'm like, where the fuck did he come up with that? Like, I was kind of zoning in and out some parts of the movie, but I'm like, I was paying enough attention to go, like, I don't know how the hell he came up with that fucking conclusion, and it just, like, it just seemed very fucking random, like how he solves the mystery. Like, just very conveniently that he somehow figures it out. I think probably there's a lot of stuff that I would venture to guess that's cut out from the original source material that probably would explain stuff a little bit better. I would venture to guess, but I was like, it was a fine film. Like, it was like, it kind of reminded me of like the Sherlock Holmes movies, the recent ones. Like, it seemed like out of nowhere Sherlock Holmes would like, or Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes would just randomly solve the case at the end, like it felt very randomly. But like, at least he explained it well enough that like it was small little clues that you would miss that he would catch, and like it was like, okay, I kind of get it, but like this is just like felt really random, it's like the movie ended. I was like, the only thought I was thinking of a lot is like, because they solved the murder of who did it. And basically, all I could sit and think was they still had a long train ride to go, and I'm like, yeah, that has to be one of the most awkward train rides in the history of train rides ever. Like, I was like, damn. I mean, I liked the conclusion to the story. Yeah, I thought that was actually really well done. Like, the conclusion it came up with, I thought that was really fitting. But yeah, like I said, it's a fine film. It's probably nothing I'm going to remember for a few weeks from now, honestly. Like it's fine. Like it's a rental, maybe. I wouldn't say pay full price for it, but I don't know. As far as trailers go. What the hell did I hit in front of this? Like I said, I'm glad I texted myself write this shit down, because I would not remember a few days from now, like, what I fucking trailers got. The Post. The movie about the new Steven Spielberg movie with Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks. Jesus, that's like two big powerhouse actors if I've ever fucking seen one in one movie, where it's about it's like kind of like All the King's Men, or All the President's Men, or the fuck that one movie about the Watergate scandal, but it's about all the secrets that the government was trying to keep about Vietnam, and it being exposed a lot by the Washington Post. And Meryl Streep runs the Washington Post, and I think Tom Hanks is one of the reporters that reports it. As like, that could be an interesting movie. It's like I said, it's directed by Spielberg. I was like, holy shit, that's coming out in this. I just heard of this movie that's coming out in December. I'm like, all right. I said, it's obviously like an Oscar contender. Obviously, it's going to try to get a lot of Oscar buzz. I can tell. It looks like it's going to be one of those movies that gets like a limited release in late December, and then like comes out like a wide release in like mid-January when nothing's out. But yeah, it looked pretty good. Tomb Raider. Yeah, because that needed to happen. But at the same time, like, it's Alicia Vikander, who I think is hot as hell, playing Lara Croft. I can kind of get behind that. But again, video game adaptations, movie video game adaptations never do well or never good. Even Tomb Raider version that we got, like with Angelina Jolie, I barely remember it, but I remember not being that good. It's not very. I remember just being not very memorable. But yeah, like I said, it looks like it could be a decent film if done right. But again, I have zero hope because we have never gotten a good video game adaptation to this point. I don't know how the fuck that's not happened yet, but somehow it hasn't. 50 Shades Dark, or we might as well just be called 50 Shades Freed. This still fucking exists. Why am I still getting more 50 Shades of Grey? For anybody says, oh, well, there's 3 books, I don't fucking care. These all fucking suck. Like, I'm gonna venture to guess nothing fucking happens. I saw the first one and I didn't see the second one, but from what I've heard, it's like the first one, nothing fucking happens. Like, other than that they fuck, and that's it. And the sex, and all I remember from the sex in the first one was, if you want to see sex like that, you can just watch it for free on Skinamax. Like, fuck that movie. Like, like, I went and saw that out of curiosity, and it still was. The only thing that was amusing to me was every time they would say butt plug or anal fisting, because you can't say that in a movie and try to take that shit seriously. But yeah, whatever. God, it's like, thank God this is the last movie. I'm sure they'll fucking try to find a way to make another one. I'm sure. Fuck that. And then the last trailer was Hostiles. This is a movie that was like, Hostiles? What the fuck is that? I was like, it's so... it's from the director of Crazy Heart and Black Mass, who... starring Christian Bale as like a Civil War soldier, I think. And he has to take an Indian criminal Indian across the country or something like that. And it's using like the same music from the trailer of Revenant, which is weird because it doesn't even look like as intense as fucking the movie Revenant. But it's like, looks alright. It didn't look like anything I really probably gonna care that much about. Even though it's from a good director, but it's like, whatever. That's as far as trailers go. Yeah, we got a lot of shit coming out this week. Which is The Stars getting good reviews, which I have never seen a fucking trailer for, but apparently it's supposed to be pretty decent. Wonder is getting good reviews, and I will see Justice League, don't worry. And then they got Coco coming out on Wednesday, which is getting really good reviews, and I'm like, shit, because I'm busy this weekend, and it's going to probably be impossible for me to go to the movies this weekend. And then I'm busy on Monday, and then right after Monday, it's going to be fucking chaos because my movie theater's at the mall, and it's going to be Black Friday and the day before Thanksgiving. So I'll figure out a day somewhere here where I'll go see all these fucking movies. Just be patient. It might take a little while, but I will get to seeing all 4 of them. But until then, I'll talk to you guys later.